welcome to the Meeple Mentor YouTube channel. I'm Jared, and with me is Holly. And today we are doing a review of Wispwood. This is a new game from Czech Games Edition by Reed Ambrose, which is a beautiful looking tile placement, tableau building, pattern making game. Where you're trying to get the most points over 3 different rounds, and each different tile that you place has a different method of scoring every time you play the game, but their scoring methods stay consistent from the start of the game to the end of the game. But every game you play can be a different experience. But there are 4 different icons, or wisps, found on the tree tiles, which are these little cardboard squares. The backs of them are the trees. And of course, so you start out the game with like tiles face down, and we get a selection of face up ones on the board, which is also a cardboard kind of octagon type deal. Everyone throughout the game is going to be building their own forest of increasing size. So it's going to start at 4x4, then 5x5, and then in the final round, 6x6 of these tiles.
Ideally.
Right. And if you are the player that completes the grid in that round, you not only trigger the end of the round, but you get a few extra bonus points for having completed your whole grid for the round. Also, the tiles that you place from one round to the other, only the face-up wisps that are in your board or in your tableau stay where they are, and then all the face-down tiles will come off, which will make the second round and third rounds far more interesting, because your first round is kind of like you do the best you can with what you can find and the patterns that the game requires you to make. And then as you are getting into the next rounds, you can kind of build out, or you have to build out from your existing tiles, but the ones that are face up are still going to be there. So one of the interesting things about this is when you choose your tile from the board, it's going to be adjacent to 2 of these patterns. You know, it could be like any of the Tetris type pattern shapes that you're used to seeing, or maybe it's just a square, or you know, we can show some examples here on the video. You know, like whatever pattern is next to where that tile is sitting, you have to build that pattern in your personal grid using face down tiles and the one face up one that you picked up. The one face up one has to just take this place of one of the positions in that pattern. And so you're building out these grids, and each of these cards that come out, as Holly is demonstrating, provides a way for each of those kinds of wisps to score points. So, for example, you're holding up the pumpkin scoring card. What does that one say?
For example, if you place your pumpkins as such, count pumpkins not on a diagonal with another pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
You score based on the number of pumpkins, a certain number of points there.
Yeah.
And so, they have different, like, each of the cards have different goals, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally think one of the cool things is that the tiles do come up, because it allows you to make more complex things like this.
Mm-hmm.
And this. Matching the orbs together, or the wisps, as it were.
So not only are you trying to fill in the grid space just with the pattern, but you're trying to be strategic about which space in that pattern that you're going to put that wisp that you chose. The pumpkins, like what it's adjacent to or not adjacent to, and whatever the pumpkin pattern is really important. Like the first card we played with, it was just a pumpkin that doesn't have any other pumpkins surrounding it in any of the other 8 squares. That one is no other pumpkins in diagonals to that pumpkin. And so your score goes up the more that kind of fit that category. And then the blue ones are the orbs. And these tend to score for multiple types of wisps that are surrounding it. This one in particular says 2 points for each type in each orb's row or column, including itself. I think the first scoring one we had was each different type of wisp just surrounding it. and you get 2 points per. Then you have like the witches' hats, right? So this one, let's see, you get 18 points for every 3 witches' hats anywhere. And then for the extras from there, you'd either get an additional 4 or 10. But the witches' hat wisps are definitely unique in this game because they are the only one of the types that has a placement restriction. So it's going to say whatever on the card, like, okay, so anytime you add a new witch hat, you must place it on one of the spaces surrounding your cat, for example. You have a cat token that represents you occupying the forest, and it has a present side and a hiding side, which is also very cute design. It just kind of folds and stuck to itself, so it's just one piece here where you see the cat, and now he's behind a log or a tree. But your cat occupies one of the spaces in your grid and can impact some of the scoring cards that you're going to have, as well as you're going to have to build out at the start of the game from your cat.
Sorry, he also gives you a special power.
Yes. Do you want to talk about that?
You can refresh.
Yes. You can flip over your cat to refresh the tile display.
You can do something else too. I just can't remember.
I believe the other one is you can pick a wisp and choose a different pattern.
That's right. Yes, you don't have to follow the pattern beside the wisp.
Yes.
And then there's the hearts.
Yes, so the hearts. This one, for example, for each heart, 2 points for each tree in one of its diagonals, not both. Mm-hmm. So the hearts want to be near trees, and I don't know if that's just a theme of, loving the forest or what, but all the cards I've seen so far with the hearts have been about scoring points for surrounding trees or patterned, wherever the trees are in conjunction wherever each of the hearts are. Yeah. And then also, even though those are the only 4 wisps, there's a 5th way to score, which is the trees themselves. Your largest pattern or connected group of just trees will score you 1 point for each tree in the group. And that's done orthogonally, not diagonally. And as I said, so at the end of the round, once someone's completed that 4x4 or 5x5 or 6x6, then you finish the round and then you score. Your cat will move to one of the tree spaces, and then every other tree space, tree tile will just get removed, leaving only your cat with the face-up wisps in their various spaces.
And that's when you can start to build the more complex things.
And the game does include basically like a ruler that looks like a log with various markings on it to help kind of keep your grid consistent, because it's easy if you're not being careful to like nudge a tile, particularly between rounds where there's gaps and holes and things. And then you might lose your place, but there's a handy, measuring stick, if you will, that everybody can use. And there's one for everybody is what I mean there. Easy to, line up your stuff and plan for your increasing sized grids. So it's just a lot of ways to score points throughout the game while having really cute artwork, really whimsical type, it's almost like an airbrush art to it, if you will.
Yeah.
So if you like pattern building games, you like kind of building upon things and kind of the feeling like you're accomplishing stuff as you grow through the game. There's very little player interaction, I would say, in this game, other than just choosing the tiles that are available to you on the board, like, oh, I wanted that, or they took it. There's that kind of thing. But there's not a whole lot of take that, if you will. It's just, you're kind of building your own thing, which is a very pleasant experience. I kind of prefer those kinds of games, but you should know it's definitely not a cutthroat competitive game. It's just a fun, whimsical, chill tile polyomino.
It's a little cozy
type game. I say polyomino, but it's really.
I said polyomino too. They are polyominoes, to be honest. You're trying to fit it into the thing.
You use the squares to create polyomino shapes, but the shapes themselves are always squares.
You still have to fit it into the grid.
You have to fit it in the grid. So there's a little bit of the pattern building. I don't know what else to say. It's not. It is what it isn't.
You make them yourself.
Yeah. What are your final thoughts on the game?
I really like it.
Yeah.
These are like my favorite colors, and I love cats.
Yeah.
And you know, I like the spirits. So
Do you want to share the first player token?
it's a little, and you can choose pink or blue.
Yep.
You don't have to use pink. You can use blue.
Yep.
If you don't want to be warm, you can be icy.
Yeah. So yeah, and you get to pick your cat, and there's a lot of choices for the cats.
They're adorable too.
There are no differences between their abilities. Everyone always has the same cat abilities, unless there's an expansion that comes out later. I don't know. But yeah, you have a lot of options in terms of what your cat looks like, but they all do give you the same benefit and abilities. So, but it's a lot of fun. If you want to see more of the content, check out our unboxing where we looked at all the pieces in the game. And yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed the game, and I can't wait to play again.
Yeah, it was fun.
So it's great. Definitely check it out. And thanks for watching our review of Wispwood. And thanks to CGE for sending us a copy to review and to talk about here on the channel. So yeah, until the next time, tune in, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. It all helps. All supports us.
Do the things with the guy in the place. Hit the buttons.
And in the description, there's going to be a link if you want to check out the book that I wrote, which is a board game dictionary to help you learn about terminology and jargon used with board games. And it's a great gift, and it's a great way to learn. But check it out. You can find it on Top Shelf Gamer and Amazon. All right. Well, that's enough for today. Thanks for watching. Stick around. We'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm Holly.
I'm Jared.
See you later.
Bye.